Oh, so this is the part where you would be playing Starbound.
If I had one!
So yeah, I don't know what Starbound did, but this is the second time recording this video. I'm very annoyed because we just had a power outage in this area, and because I was playing Starbound during the power outage, for whatever fucking reason, it doesn't happen with Terraria, doesn't happen with Isaac, doesn't happen with any other fucking game, but for whatever reason, power outage on Starbound removes your entire world. All that work with Teresa Rose, that Let's Play, fucking gone. It's gone. Starbound dev team. Anybody that plays Starbound. It couldn't have just deleted the file. Please help me with this situation. Obviously, you can probably tell that the fact that I've just had months of work stripped away is very fucking I'm not impressed, to put it lightly. To put it very mildly, I'm not impressed at all. So yeah, great. Fucking, I didn't want it anyway. Starbound dev team. You're just gonna reset all my fucking progress anyway. So I guess I'm just going to play Terraria for a while. Not that Terraria is a bad game. I'm just saying I guess I should just play Terraria for a while because fuck you. But yeah, so let's move swiftly onwards. Let's move swiftly onwards to today's video. I mean, you know, I haven't even got set up yet. I was going to actually talk about this lovely U-shaped desk I'm getting from IKEA. I was going to show you a setup. It was going to be great. You're going to love it. But now I just don't feel like doing anything because I've had fucking months of work stripped away. I hate everything. I can't even. What achievements was I missing? I can't even get the achievements. I'm gonna have to get a ship. I'm gonna have to start a new game. I can't even get the armor achievement. You need to get every armor and you get fuck. You're joking, right? You're joking. I've just realised like half the achievements require me to get like a full bloody crew and a home sweet home. I made a house. If you could have actually seen the recording that we can't see because there was a fucking power outage, I'd made a house. We were actually going to call a colonist into our home world. But I was going to call a colonist into the home world during the video. You're not here to hear me like cry at the fact that all my work, all my fossil, my archaeology, we're not here to cry about all of my costumes, all the fucking hundreds of books, all them fossils I collected. You're not here to hear me cry about how many hours was it? How 404 hours have just been stripped away from me. Gone. 404 hours gone. Like that. You're here to hear me talk about the PlayStation 4 Pro. So, yesterday, Sony had their conference. Sony had their press conference, and they showed off the PS4 Pro. I wonder if the Starbound dev team got back to me. Do you think they did? I don't think they did. No notifications. I really hope the dev team get back to me. But yeah, so yesterday they announced the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it looks pretty good. That's really all I'm kind of go into at this point in time, without really, because I really want to talk about more the NX. You can hear the the defeated tone of my voice. I think it brings a certain ambience to this video. That 404 hours, 404, error 404 not found. Is that what happens when you get to 404 hours in starbound? It gives you the 404 hour not found. But yeah, so they showed off the PlayStation 4 Pro. I'll try and be positive, but you have to understand. Just put yourself in my position, where 404 hours has literally been taken away from you for no other reason than, oh, we're sorry, but there was a circumstance beyond your control. So I'm going to try and remain positive and stay focused and stiff off her lip and all that, but oh my god, I lost 404 hours. Bollocks. So yeah, PlayStation released the PlayStation 4 Pro. It is exactly what everybody thought it was. It was a 4.5 rather than a 5, and they announced all the specs for it and all like this, and it's pretty good. Like, to be honest with you, I would say that this could be the downfall of the NX from how they presented their press conference, I guess. How they like set it up and what they showed and what they presented could be the downfall of the NX because of how the NX is actually currently acting right now. Because in all fairness, the NX is acting like a complete and total tit, or Nintendo with the NX is acting like tit. Now, I'm not a technical guy too much, so I'm just going to kind of skim over the technical aspect of what they were talking about with the PlayStation 4K Pro. I mean, it's got a terabyte hard drive, which is a really big hard drive, and you know that's pretty amazing for some hard drive space there. We've got a what else have we got? We've got HDR opposed to HDMI, which is the next step up. Very good. I want to bring HDMI or HDMR up in a bit. And it's got 4K support, and it's got forwards compatibility, which is different from backwards compatibility, which again I'll get into the details of that because that's something Nintendo is also going to have to really get their arse in gear on. But I just want to like give a brief summary to start off with and then go more into the details later. So, you know, just a second, just a second. It's fucking microphone, and this is what I mean. I'm not even set up in the new house, and Nintendo, or sorry, PlayStation, are like, hey, we know you're getting this U-shaped desk that you wanted to show off, and pop filter's not set up, and now you can see there's some crackling on the mic. Right. Alright, we're back. The crackling should have subsided. Just please, today. It's today. First of all, is a power outage. Entire system dies, loses 404 hours. Now we're getting crackling. Please, technology, just for 2 seconds, please work. I'm starting to do a RimWorld. Insane Spyro is about to have a soft mental break. Please, technology, just work. Alright, technology, please just work for like 10 fucking minutes while I record this video. This is the second time I've got to record this. It's starting to be very frustrating, especially because like I'm waiting for IKEA to deliver my desk. Please, okay? So yeah, back on topic. They announced all of this, and this was the perfect announcement. This was the absolute, like, there's a knock at the door. There's a fucking knock at the... Right, 1 second again. Let's pause again. Alright. We're back again. The postman has just didn't deliver anything that I was waiting for, because even though I ordered it last week, still not here because the English postal service is shit. Right, can I have no more interruptions? We're 9 minutes in. Can I please have no more interruptions for 2 damn seconds while I do the bloody video. Thank you. So PlayStation 4 got revealed, and it was the absolutely perfect way to reveal the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know, E3, they basically said, hey, we got this thing called the PlayStation 4K Neo, and it's not quite ready yet, but, you know, if you please just give us like a month or two, guys, then we're going to do a full-on release of this thing. And they stuck true to their word. It was like 2 months have passed, you know, because the E3 comes out in June, so it's been like July and August. We're getting into September. 2 months have gone by, and bang, here it is, all nice and neat and tidy and good to go. And it's like, holy shit, this is how you announce a console, Nintendo. And as I say, I wanna get into the spec a little bit, like tangentially, but it's more the way it was presented, the hardware increases, like, you know, the extra features in the share feature, because there's something about the share button that they're updating, which we'll go into as we move against Nintendo. And this isn't just like an anti-Nintendo, oh, you're just a Sony fanboy. No, this is more like Nintendo and the way that they're acting with the NX and not really caring, and it's really damaging them, because I've had people that have wanted to buy a console, you know, they've been looking to purchase a new console, like they skipped out on the PS3. One of my friends in particular still has her PlayStation 2. She skipped out on the PS3, not because she didn't want to, she wanted a PS3, she just didn't have the money for one. So it was like, oh, well, you know, don't have the money, can't buy it. But now she's in a position where she does have the money to buy a new console. NX might be saying it's as good as a PS4, but they've shown nothing about it. And this is where the NX might actually get defeated, if you will, by Nintendo or by Sony. Because, as I say, Sony was like, here's the thing, give us 2 months. They had their 2 months, and then when they've done this press conference, it's like, here's the thing, here's what it does, here's what it looks like held in someone's hands, here's the price point, buy it. And that's all they had to do. Price point, what it looks like, what it does, what improvements it's got over the PS4, price point, buy it. And it's sold. There is a fucking strimmer going on outside. Can you hear this? Let me just. So I've just put a pillow on the window. I hope that negates the very loud strimmer that is being strimmed outside. My neighbour hates me. Everybody hates me today. Everybody hates me today. I'm not recording this video a third time already. I just want you to see. You know, like when YouTubers have a bad day, you never see it. I just want you to see the bad day. I just want you to see everything that's going wrong today. And IKEA is still not here with my desk, so the computer is still on the floor. I just want you to experience this bad day with me. I just want you to enjoy the realism of the situation when you move house. Because if you ever move house, these are the things you got to deal with. Oh boy. So yeah, they showed it, and that's all they had to do. Whereas with the NX, they're like, oh, is it going to be cartridge based? There's rumours that it's going to be cartridge based, or could be disc, but if it's cartridge based, what about backwards compatibility? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, Ubisoft's got their hands on it. Ubisoft's saying it's working really well. Wall Street Journal's saying it's looking really nice. Oh, what's it gonna be? You know, it's gonna have all these features supposedly, but you don't know. Get hype, get hype, get hype. Oh, maybe it won't, but you gotta get hype for it though. Am I right, guys? Am I right? And from all of this, Nintendo is making the NX as bad as No Man's Sky. Like, they just need to show this thing off at this point. They just need to show what this thing is, because people are just starting to lose interest in it. And as I say, like my friend that was now looking to buy a new console is going for the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know, they've got the money. PlayStation said what it does, and that's all they had to do. They said what it does, and now they have got, like, my friend interested in buying one because if she's got the money. Whereas the NX is still all mystery. Like, Ubisoft says they've seen it. The Wall Street Journal says they've seen it. Reggie's saying it looks great. Yeah, but we need to see it. Because you're hyping it like No Man's Sky. A solar eclipse is happening, so there's something else that's going fucking wrong. Because now we're going to have vampires and shit all just swarming down here. Because you know they're all going to come through the walls. But yeah, so we've had all of these people like Reggie and Shiggy and the Wall Street Journal and EA saying it looks good, but we haven't seen it, and it's really killing the NX's hype. And they're saying like, oh, it's going to have all these great games. What great games? So far we've seen Zelda. And then there's all these rumours floating around the internet, which may or may not be true. Some people are saying that it's a portable system. Some people are saying it's a home system. Some people are saying that it's going to be region free, which would be amazing. Some people are saying that it's going to have streaming. Other people aren't. There's just too much. It's turning into an absolute disaster. And while this is all going on, and you know, I was watching the stream live, so I could see the comments live on the PlayStation 4 Neo, while the entire prospect of upgrading a console, like upgrading a phone, which we'll come back to, was getting lukewarm receptions and sometimes a bit of a mixed to negative reception, the overall consensus on the PlayStation 4 Pro was it was great. It showed what it needed to do, it showed what features had been upgraded, and it sold everybody. It showed what it needed to show. It showed a price point. It showed what it could do. Sell it. Nintendo, and people were saying, Nintendo needs to make a press conference exactly like this. Now, you know, Sony set the groundwork, and now it's putting Nintendo under pressure to do the same. And I agree, Nintendo needs to do the same. We need to see what this thing does. As I say, my friend that has now, who is on a PlayStation 2, that has now got money for a new console, they're already invested in the idea of a PS4, and they can't be asked to wait till the NX, because when are we going to see NX news? Are we going to see it tomorrow on the 9th, which is a rumour? Again, only rumours, nothing official from Nintendo. Are we going to see it tomorrow on the 9th? In their own NX Direct? Are we going to see it at Tokyo Game Show? Is it going to be for Christmas? When are we going to see something about the NX? We don't know. So all of these people that were once invested in the idea of an NX, even myself at one point was invested in the idea of an NX, don't care about it anymore. Sony's already said, here's what a system does, here's what its price point is, here's the upgrades. That's all we needed to know. And as they said at E3, when it was just called the 4K Neo, it's like, hey, the Neo's not quite ready, wait 2 months, we're going to do it. We waited 2 months, here's the 2-month deadline, here's the conference, they did it. Whereas Nintendo, again, it's like, we're going to show off Breath of the Wild, which may or may not be running on the NX, because you won't actually see the systems, like it's going to be inside of a black box, so there could be a Wii U in that black box, but there also could be an NX in that black box, so you don't know. So you may actually all be playing Breath of the Wild on an NX without realising. So, yeah. It's just to the point where Nintendo, the PlayStation 4 is going to be the downfall of the NX at this point, especially if from all of the hardware, and now we're going to go into the actual hardware, the strummer is getting louder, but if we go into the actual hardware of the PlayStation 4K, it's got so much like stuff inside of it, where it basically pushes to the point where we're now at kind of the limit in hardware, that unless the NX pulls something special out, and we're not going to talk about Scorpio because Scorpio's got a whole year. Like they've said they're not releasing Scorpio till next E3. Scorpio's got a whole year to just sit back, watch what's going on, and basically steal ideas if they have to. Whereas the NX, it's already been talked about since 2015. We're rapidly approaching 2017 and you haven't said a single word about the thing. But it's like, first of all, the PlayStation Pro has got a terabyte hard drive in it, which is the biggest terabyte or the biggest hard drive that's ever been in a console. And considering like most PCs nowadays have a terabyte hard drive in for like modding support, obviously if you've got a game like I have, like Skyrim, where it's constantly being modded, mods need extra space, mod needs extra RAM, you're going to need a bigger hard drive. And obviously with the release of Skyrim HD, which is also going to be on the PlayStation Pro, with the release of Skyrim HD has mod support, mods take up more space, you're going to need a bigger hard drive. So Sony, or I think they're going to also add mod support to Fallout 4 on the consoles if they haven't done so already. Again, mods, you have to save them to your hard drive, they take up more space. So Sony's really getting into the idea of letting the community mod games, increasing your hard drive space to add those extra mods. And obviously if 4K takes up a lot of extra megabytes to run with the resolutions and the HDR and stuff that we'll get into in a minute, you're going to need a bigger hard drive. So a terabyte, and like I've got a 3 terabyte hard drive, I've not even filled a single terabyte of it yet on my PC, so it's going to last you forever. Even with a load of mods, a terabyte hard drive is going to last you forever. So they've got the idea of a terabyte hard drive down. And as I say, my PC has got a 3 terabyte hard drive in it, and that's what, I'm just trying to give you a price because I built my PC as a whole, so I can't remember the individual prices, because I've also got an external terabyte, but the internal 3 terabyte was, I think it was £100, that's $150. But then the internal 1 terabyte, which is my C drive where all the programs get installed into, so like all the save files and the mods for Steam, so like Terraria and its save file is saved on the D drive, but the actual programs like Camtasia are saved on the C drive. But my 1 terabyte C drive costs me £55, and that's from buying a single one. If Sony is going to be buying terabyte hard drives in bulk, they're going to be even cheaper. So we're going to say like £30 times times 1,000. So if we said that each terabyte hard drive, because they're buying in bulk, is £30, and we're looking at a fantastic price, because when they released the price, I think that was the thing that got most people sold on the idea. Like everybody saw the price and they're like, oh my gosh, what? That price for a PS4 Pro? That's an amazing price. Which it was a great price, considering like as I say, the HDR, the advanced hard drive, and all of the other stuff. That was a really good price point of like, what was it? Was it 100? Not 100, sorry. Was it $400? I think it was either $400, £350, or $500, £400. It was still a good price point for the stuff that they're putting in it. So next up was the HDR. And the HDR, in my opinion, is as far as we're coming in terms of graphics. Like, at this point, graphics are as far as they're ever going to get. Like, we're at the point now where graphics are basically as high as they're ever going to get. They were talking about how HDR is better than HDMI, which HDR is better than HDMI. I'll just put that out there right now, just to give you a little bit of technical knowledge. But HDR is better than HDMI, and they were saying like, oh, it's going to play 4K games at 1080p. Oh, sorry. It's going to play games at 4K 60 frames per second. Now, a lot of people are skeptical on this because trying to get a game to run at 4K 1080p, I mean, even most PCs struggle with that. Some PCs nowadays, like, you know, if it's a really strong PC, we're talking like Angry Joe's PC or Total Biscuit's PC, like a PC of that caliber, like a really high-end PC, can certainly do 4K 60 frames per second. But I think most consoles are going to, like this PlayStation 4 Pro, is somewhat of a lie, and it's probably going to run 4K definitely, but we're probably going to be looking at 30 frames per second for most games. So, I don't know about that, but, you know, going back to the whole 4K thing and HDR, they were showing it off, and it looks pretty much real. Like let's just put that out there now. It looks pretty much real. We are at the point where you're not getting better in graphics. We have now evolved to the point where graphics, unless you go outside and film it with a video camera, graphics are as high as they're ever going to go. So, what are you going to do? Like, 4K is your best TV, HDR is your best thing. And they were showing off the comparisons. It looked amazing. And again, the NX wants to be a PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 Pro is really showing what technology is capable of. And if Nintendo make the NX basically a last generation console, that's going to be it for Nintendo. Like, they're really struggling, and they're still not producing any news on the NX. We're going to go to the share function now. They've upgraded the share function in the Pro. So, you know, like normally you'd press share and you could just stream straight to Twitch, all great. That's not changing. But, you know, like where you could press share and then press square to save the video clip, but it only saved like 20 minutes of footage, and then you could like upload it to YouTube, but like you like to edit it, but the editor in the PlayStation thing is kind of shit. Well, now they're adding PC support in a way. So, if you are recording something, you can record as much as you like, and you can save a video clip up to an hour rather than 20 minutes, which is great. But then you can plug a USB stick into your PlayStation 4 Pro, save the clip to the USB stick, and then obviously you can take the USB stick to your PC where you can edit it a lot more. You know, you can fast forward things, cut things out, add transitions, add extra effects, so it's more edited, ready for YouTube. And obviously that is great for video makers, because like, I don't have to bother getting emulators, getting Elgato capture devices, getting this, getting that. I can just record the footage on the PlayStation, stick a USB in, bring it over to the PC, and edit it all. Now, if you want commentary, obviously I'm using a Blue Snowball. Granted, it hasn't got a pop filter back on yet because I'm waiting for IKEA to deliver my desk. But, you know, if you wanted commentary, you might have to use a crappy PS4 headset, which might not have the best mic quality. But still, we're improving the connection between content creators and gamers. You know, Sony is like, we get that people stream on Twitch, we get that people record for YouTube. This share button that allows you to stream directly to Twitch, and now you can save things to a USB stick to take to your PC for editing, because as a content creator you want to have things a lot more edited. It's bringing, it's bringing the gaming community more together. The NX, it needs to have a streaming service, even if it's just the original PlayStation 4 streaming service. If you can't save the footage, so be it. If you can't upload, edit the footage, so be it. If you can't upload footage to YouTube, so be it. We'll accept a couple of knockbacks, because that's the PlayStation 4 Pro, where it's saying you can save to USB sticks and shit. But the NX, it needs to have that Twitch support. It needs to have a streaming service. If it doesn't have a share button, again, the NX is failing, but we're not seeing anything about the NX. So this is like a comparison between the Pro and the NX. Nintendo's not in a good position. So, yeah. And by the way, then they showed off like Horizon Zero Dawn in 4K. That alone is nearly tempting me enough to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro because, oh my word, that looks amazing. Then they add forwards compatibility. I'm at 30 minutes now, so I'm just trying to wrap it up really quick. And then hopefully IKEA will deliver my desk. I mean, it is 2 o'clock and they said they'll be here between 2 and 3. So they could knock on the door in 2 minutes. They could knock on the door at 10 to 3. So I'm just going to wrap this up, ready for IKEA to come between 2 and 3. But yes, so then they add forwards compatibility. Fantastic idea. So any of your old games, any of your PlayStation 4 games that are in, just regular 1080p will be patched to run in 4K. So if you do decide to upgrade, all of your entire game library gets upgraded as well. And any achievements, trophies, pre-order bonuses, all your content will just get forwarded straight to your new system. So, you link the Pro and the original with a USB cable, bang! All your save data, all your trophies, all your achievements, all your pre-order bonuses, everything right onto the new system, no questions asked. Now, there was something like this between the Wii U and the original Wii, but it took a really long time, and really it only transferred the save data. It didn't transfer much beyond that. Like the achievements, you had to get all the achievements again, so it was kind of down. But again, the forwards compatibility thing where everything gets patched, the NX, everybody's saying it's going to work on cartridges. Does this mean that the Wii U is now obsolete? Will there be no disc system? And if there's no disc system, that means that you can't forward all of that Wii U data to the NX. So if you'd 100%ed Yoshi's Woolly World, barring the Platinum World, which I have, and you thought, oh, well, I'll buy an NX and I'll finish the Platinum World there. No, you can't, because it's not forwards compatible. You can't just forward everything onto the Wii U. Now, backwards compatibility, that's still an issue on the PlayStation. They didn't say anything about backwards compatibility. That's still shit. The NX, again, needs to have backwards compatibility. But if it's going to be running on cartridges, who the hell knows what's going to happen. If it is or is not running on cartridges, I don't know. But right now, it's looking like Sony, and especially with, the lineup that they've got, like, they've already announced Kingdom Hearts 3, they've got Horizon Zero Dawn. With their library, they're set to trounce the NX unless they really pull something out of their arse. Like, they need to make a press conference this week because a lot of people are starting to, it's like No Man's Sky. They've hyped up the NX so much that nobody cares anymore. They just want the bloody thing in their hands. I mean, let's not forget that Zelda U, remember it was called Zelda U. Zelda U was supposed to be for the Wii U. It was supposed to be the exclusive Wii U title, the one that everybody wanted. It's been pushed over to the NX. And it's like, so you've delayed the Zelda game to push it over to the NX. Then they were like, oh, NX releases 2016. Zelda NX, Zelda U. So apparently it was still originally going to be on the Wii U, but now that's been completely dropped for the NX. But, Zelda NX, Zelda U. Guaranteed release 2016. E3, you're going to see the NX. You're going to see Zelda Wii U on the NX. NX release 2016. That's now been pushed back to 2017. So you're doing a No Man's Sky. You're delaying it, you're hyping it up. Right now, the NX can't live up to expectation. It's a Duke Nukem Forever situation. You've hyped it up for 3 years. It's not going to live up to anybody's expectation. It's unless you pull all these rumours out your arse. Like, if every rumour is true, if it's got good streaming capabilities, fantastic. If it's got region free, yeah, that's a rumour. Region free, holy shit, region free. We can finally get Captain Rainbow a Japanese title, we could finally get Captain Rainbow on the NX. That'd be awesome. I highly doubt it's going to be region free, but that would put them ahead of Sony. A region free console has not been seen since the Game Boy. Region free NX would put them so far ahead of the competitive market, because I've been saying this for ages. We're in a worldwide market now. Like, if something's staggered release dates, which is something I've argued against and people agree with me on, if something comes out in Japan right now today, but then England isn't getting it till a month, it encourages piracy. People are going to download ROMs because it's a month later. Why should we have to wait a month when we can get it at the press of a button? You're going to do the easier option of pressing the button and playing with your friends. When Federation Force come out, let's ignore how good or bad Federation Force came out. It came out last month in America. I've only just got it today, the 2nd of September. So when my friends, when Midnight and Bio were playing, they're like, oh, look at this monster, we're shooting it together, we're having fun together. I was getting so pissed off. Because they're my friends, I like to be in the call with them. But I was feeling jealous. It's like, man, I want to experience that fun with them. I want to join in on that fun. I wish I had the ability to join in and play with them. But I can't, because even though it released in America first, and America and England speak the same language, Nintendo's like, oh, herpy derp, gotta release it like a month later because staggered release dates. So, if the NX, if the rumour holds true, and it is a region-free console, so literally, when something comes out in one region, it's out everywhere, because, like, even if it has staggered release dates, it's like, yeah, but it's region-free, so I'll just import it. If that's the case, that will put it so far ahead of the other two consoles. Now that we are in the realm of digital and a worldwide market with things like Good Old Games and Steam, now that we're in a worldwide market, that'd boost Nintendo so far ahead of the competition. But again, we don't know because they're not releasing anything. And then the last thing I just want to talk about is the Mario run that came out for the iPhone, because I've already given my thoughts between the PlayStation and the NX. PlayStation 4 Pro, it's killing it. A lot of people that didn't have the money to buy a PS4 or a PS3 have saved up. They're now very invested in the idea of the PlayStation 4 Pro. NX not releasing any statements whatsoever. Hype is dying. Very bad. But really quick, I'm just going to wrap up with the thing. Shigeru Miyamoto come out and said Mario is going to be on the iPhone, and it's going to be exactly like Temple Runner. So you're continuously running. You can't stop running, and then you tap the button, and every time you tap, he jumps. So you got to collect as many coins as you can, as well as the 5 purple coins before you hit the goal to clear the world. And it's going to be a set price, so there's going to be no microtransactions yet. Although I believe that they probably will slip microtransactions in later, but we will see, won't we? So yeah, that was a thing. And then obviously there was a Toad thing. Yes, get those Toad fans, because we haven't seen enough of that in Colour Splash, have we, Mr. Miyamoto? But yeah, so main point of the video, and I'm looking out my window, so this is great timing. I'm seeing the IKEA van pull up right now. So, final thoughts, the PlayStation 4 Pro, really good. I like all the technology that's going into it. We're at the point where graphics are now at the point where, unless we go out and film with a video camera, graphics are as good as we're ever going to get. So now we might actually be able to focus on more games. We might actually be able to focus on getting a better game as well as good graphics. It's killing it in the marketing right now because Nintendo is still keeping quiet about the NX, and they really need to make a statement about the NX. Everybody's a little bit iffy about going from like a 4 to a 4 Pro, like how an iPhone you go from a 5 to a 5S. Upgrading, everybody's not quite on the idea of upgrading systems yet, but I don't see the problem with it. But I'd get into that in a whole other video, because it's just like upgrading a PC, and considering most gaming consoles are getting to PC statuses, it seems like the next logical step. And, you know, what's the point of buying a whole new console if it's not backwards compatible anyway? Because, like, with a PC, I can still play games from 1998 on the PC, whereas with, like, PlayStation 4, I can't even play PlayStation 3 games. So it's like, what's the point of making another console if you can't even play previous games? You might as well just keep making, like, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, because the games are always going to be compatible. And, like, when we get to 4.5, then we could add backwards compatibility. I don't know. So just upgrading the system seems like a better idea than an entirely new system at this point with the technology we've got. Price point really good, and Shigeru Miyamoto's gone nuts because he's making mobile games and continuing to show his fetish for toads. But yeah, so I'm liking the idea, and I will now get a desk, because they are now parked up, and the guy is opening the back of the truck to deliver the desk. So I'm going to go now. Thank you all for watching. Sorry if the episode was a bit all over the place. I am now moved into the new house, and we're about to get the desk set up. So by the weekend, so just quickly, across the course of the weekend, we're going to have Fallout 4 VODs. They were pre-recorded. They're going to be all nice and neatly edited. So look forward to them across the course of this weekend. But then by Monday, the desk will be set up. The pop filter will be back, and we'll be back to normal broadcasting now we're in the new house. Again, I do apologise for the slightly hectic video scheduling. I do apologise for the slightly hectic videos. That's what happens when you move house. My apologies, but for now, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one. Coming!